Welcome. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast with myself, Trey, Fraser, and my man Maestro Styles over there. We are on the SME Network, and we're also on SoundCloud.com. Don't forget to hit us up through our social media outlets. We got the Facebook page popping. We got the Instagram page at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Maestro's on the Twitter at Barbershop SPOR, the number 2. And if you got any questions, any comments, you want to email us, barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com is where you hit us up at. Maestro, what's going on, man?
Cooler, man. Never dead, never down, man. God called my man Pfeiffer. He called my man Fife Dog home, man.
Rest in peace, Fife Dog.
This happened, what was it, Wednesday? Or did it happen Tuesday?
I think it happened on Wednesday of last week.
Yeah, okay,
Thursday
so maybe Wednesday
week.
last week. Yeah, so God called Fife Dog, called him home. I'm not exactly sure what was his reason, like why he died.
They called him the funky diabetic.
Yes,
so he had diabetes for a long period of time, and I think those symptoms or whatever kind of finally caught up with him. So rest in peace to that man. Love Tribe Called Quest. One of the illest MCs, one of the illest and dopest hip-hop groups ever to bless the mic. Going back to the Native Tongue days, going back to the late 80s, going back to the Scenario days with Busta Rhymes and Leaders of the New School.
Oh, man.
Going back to all that. So yeah, man, the week was good, and I just got brainstorming ideas and just visionary ideas just flowing throughout the week, man. We getting better and better each week.
Yes, sir.
We want to thank everybody in the chat room for supporting us, to all the listeners out there that support us on this show. Keep listening. We're going to do bigger and better things.
Yeah, man. I gotta go through my little rundown, man. First, this is a rarity, but I'm gonna have to throw some shade at Le'Veon Bell, man.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Nah, nothing crazy. He dropped a mixtape like a few months ago, and I was really skeptical to listen to it, and I finally listened to it yesterday.
I was gonna say you had to listen to it.
Yeah, I listened to it yesterday, and let's just say I had a reason to be skeptical, man. Le'Veon, you are the best running back in the league, bruh. The best. I don't care what nobody say. You the best running back in the league, bruh.
I think the best athlete to put out a rap album or mixtape was probably Shaq.
It has to be Shaq. And that's that says everything in itself.
Oh yeah.
But that joint he had, You Can't Stop the Rain that had Biggie on it, the No Love Lost with Jay-Z back in the day, like.
Yeah, and Lord Tariq and Peter Guns.
He responsible for Lord Tariq and Peter Guns. Like, shout out to the Twism record label back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But,
Twism.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm not expecting Le'Veon Bell to start no Twisms. Look, man, I'm not mad. If you're creative, I don't shy away from people being creative if that's what you feel like you need to do, but that just wasn't hitting, man.
Just stick to playing football.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the boy Kyrie Irving, man. It's a lot going on with the Cavaliers right now.
Yeah, let's start with that. Because
well, before you start with that, he's dating Grammy-nominated artist Kehlani. I think I'm saying her name right, Kehlani.
Okay.
He was dating her. She broke up with him because he cheated. I'm sorry. He cheated on her. She broke up with him. I guess they got back together. And just recently, with like the past couple of days, there was an Instagram photo of Kehlani in the bed with OVO artist, that's Drake's label, Party Next Door.
Right.
So Twitter's going hard on Kyrie right now.
Really?
So I don't know if that's playing a part in a lot of the Cavs shit that's going on.
Right.
Yeah, it's going down.
Wow.
He definitely is the butt of black Twitter jokes right now.
Yeah, I'm going to continue with the Kyrie thing. I know there's talk out there that he wants out of Cleveland and he and LeBron aren't seeing eye to eye on certain things when it comes to basketball. Look, when you got LeBron James on your team, you giving up the ball. I mean, easy. I'm sorry. LeBron, and I'm going to get to him in a second, but I'm sorry, Kyrie, you second banana. I mean, whether you like it or not, this was your team. I know they signed you to a big $100 million contract, but I'm sorry, the king came home. He wanted to bring a championship to Cleveland. You second banana.
Yeah, but you know what? That sucks.
For who? For Kyrie?
For Kyrie, for the Cavaliers, for... You know why it sucks, in my opinion? This whole, LeBron thing, with the whole him unfollowing the Cavaliers on Twitter and unfollowing, it feels like specifically, media people in Cleveland, and the way he went about answering it when he was asked about it. And I'm going to tell you something, man. And yeah, we're going to jump right into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We're going to jump right into it, man. For me, and this Bama's not clutch, man. I hate to...
We knew that.
No, it kind of went away when he won championships. The way he took over that conference championship, the first title they won against the Thunder.
Yep.
The way he took that conference championship over, and he kind of, he did his thing.
Sure.
Like he was the guy in that playoffs.
Right.
He stepped up and people kind of felt like, okay, now we getting the best player. And, for all intents and purposes, he was the best player at the time.
Yes.
And just, in my opinion, skill-wise, is, better than Steph Curry. I felt like if they played one-on-one, he dogged Steph Curry.
Yeah.
But it's little shit like that and him coming out with comments. And I know he made these comments a few months ago, but about, how he want to play with Carmelo and Chris Paul. He want to play with them. It'd be nice to play with them before he out. Like,
right,
my nigga, you can't be the best, in my opinion, and I think this is a lot of people's opinion. Mm-hmm. You can't be the best and want to team up with the best, if that makes any sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because Jordan back in the day wouldn't have done it. Patrick Ewing wouldn't have done it. Magic Johnson
it's
wouldn't have done
one thing
it.
If he was like, I want Draymond Green to come play with the Cavaliers, or I want to play with Draymond Green.
Right.
All right, that's not, because Draymond Green, as good as he is, he ain't like...
He's a second-tier player.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you talking about Chris Paul, and I get it, Carmelo Anthony kind of slowed down with injuries and things like that.
Yep.
But, Chris Paul is still Chris Paul. I think with Carmelo... Like, it seems like he's just constantly trying to take the pressure off of him while still being the best player in the game.
Oh, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like you so whack for that. Like, you crazy. Like, my nigga, either you gonna be the best, and it's like, it's why, in my opinion, is why Steph Curry kind of running away with this shit right now, because you don't. It's like you don't want to be. You want to be that nigga without having to be that nigga.
Right. And I'll get to Steph in a minute, but with the whole LeBron unfollowing the Cavs on Twitter, to me, I think it's a non-story from the standpoint that I think the media is just thirsty for something. I thought it was just bogus that they made it a big deal out of it. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. What I will make a big deal out of is that, like you said, Steph Curry...
I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, Trey. I ain't going to lie to you, man, because... And I heard this on First Take the other day, that the reason why he may have unfollowed the Cavaliers is because on the Cavaliers Twitter or some social media handle, there was a picture of LeBron James, and it looks like he had lost the ball.
Okay.
Like in the picture, and then the Cavaliers posted that picture. Like, of all the pictures you could post of LeBron James, that's what you choose. And it was.
So he thought it was what, disrespect?
Like they were shooting at him, like the Cavaliers or somebody,
Yes.
And the other reason why it's kind of a big deal to me is that, like, one thing that is proven tried and true about LeBron James. Anything he does is a reason behind it.
Oh, of course.
And I can't see him unfollowing the Cavs for any positive reason.
Oh, of course. I get that part of it, but here's what I'll make a big deal out of.
Okay.
LeBron loves attention. And we talked about all the things. We talk about him wanting to play with, or him coming out wanting to play with Chris Paul, Melo, D. Wade, and all that. He wants attention. And Steph Curry right now is getting all of the attention in the NBA right now.
Right.
Steph Curry is the biggest story in the league right now.
Right.
He's going to win the MVP unanimously.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. And LeBron, I think he's kind of hell-bent hurt that the fact that people aren't talking about him as much as they talking about Steph. So what does LeBron do? Let me just do some things. Let me just do some subliminal things just to kind of get the media's juices flowing.
So you saying essentially he acting like a baby, like
exactly, yeah.
Wow,
he's acting like a baby in my eyes.
Now
it's brilliant. The LeBron, I think, is a very smart individual because the LeBron brand, if you will, look, he might be losing money. I take that back. I don't think LeBron is losing money.
No money.
I don't think he's losing money, but I do think that with a league that's taking place and there's no conversation of LeBron being like the top head of, the league right now, sure, that's kind of a big deal. I would make that somewhat of a case of why he's doing the things he's doing.
It seems like, Trey, to me, he's fallen into what I always said he was, Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like a really, really good player.
Yep.
But just not the star.
Definitely.
It's like Scottie Pippen when he played for the Rockets. Like it's like,
oh God, I forgot he played with
It's like,
Houston.
you know what I'm saying? It's like Scottie Pippen when he played for the Trailblazers. It's like Scottie Pippen, like
he was good with the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
though.
but he wasn't the star.
He wasn't. He wasn't the star, but he was really good with them.
It's like he was good. I mean, for real, I feel like he was good everywhere. I feel like he was a Hall of Fame basketball player,
no doubt.
But he wasn't a star. He wasn't like, I mean, and I don't know. He was a star. I don't want. Let me take that back a little bit. He wasn't the guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't the face of the league. Even when, Jordan retired, he couldn't, be the face of a team.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron, with as talented as he is, still doesn't seem like he's the face of the Cavaliers, which is a step up, but
sure.
He can't he's
not a clutch player.
He's not a clutch player.
And
I feel like you got to be clutch to be the man.
Absolutely. Has Steph Curry shown moments of clutchness? I think he has.
Has Steph Curry shown moments of clutchness?
Yes.
Steph Curry is clutch.
I believe he has.
Steph Curry is clutch.
Yeah.
No, it ain't nothing to that. Steph Curry is clutch.
Yes.
Steph Curry pulls up from 40 to win the game.
Yes, sir. Clutch from out of bounds.
Yeah, like Steph Curry is clutch.
Yeah, word up, man. Yeah, I didn't like the media making a big deal out of it, but I'll make a big deal that LeBron is right now just a little bit butthurt because he's not getting all the attention. So he's just doing all these things just to get, the media's attention. Like if LeBron spilled a bottle of milk in his kitchen, I believe the media is going to want to speculate about that. Like, oh my God, LeBron, made a mess in the kitchen. This is big news.
Right.
And I think LeBron knows that. I think he knows that in the back of his head.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, if you're gonna do this, let's turn this into some money. Like my nigga, like, come on, man. Like this little shit he got going on. Even though he's, people are saying he's been playing decent basketball since a lot of this shit's been going on.
Yep. Do they still win the East?
Yeah, I think they still win the East. I don't think nobody. I mean, I don't think nobody really about that life for real.
With all the things that have gone on, Chicago probably not gonna make the playoffs, man.
They not looking real good.
They probably not gonna make the playoffs. But with all the things that we know for certain is happening in the NBA, I think the only thing that's of suspense this coming playoffs is who's gonna play the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
That's the only suspense there is right now. Because the Spurs and the Warriors right now look like they on a collision course to play for the West title right now. I hope that's the matchup because if it's anybody else, they gonna get scorched off the floor.
Yeah, they
in my
gonna get ran
opinion.
off the floor. Yeah, I agree totally. They gonna get ran off the floor.
Yeah, for real. LeBron, play basketball. I mean, knock it off with the antics and all that. Unfollowing people. How about you unfollow somebody on Facebook? How about you just shut off your Facebook account?
How about you just answer the damn question? How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Just answer the damn question.
Just be like, yeah, I did it. I'll get to it in a minute.
Because what they made it seem like is he does this around playoff time because he wants to be shut off from Twitter, shut off from people's comments and all that.
Right.
I mean, if it's that, hell, if it ain't that, just say it's that. And then you don't look like an asshole.
If it is, because he had a history of doing this when he was in Miami.
That's what I'm saying. So even if that's not what you're doing,
right?
But people are saying that's what you're doing, you just come in and be like, yeah, y'all know what I'm doing, man. Like, stop playing. Like, this ain't even nothing serious. Y'all making a mountain out of molehill. Y'all know I do this around this time. Okay, maybe I did it a little earlier than what I normally do, but all right.
Yeah, for real.
All right,
LeBron, kill it. All right, so. This story broke last week as we were getting off our podcast. Los Angeles Lakers, Nick Young and Jordan Clarkson are being, I don't know if they're being investigated. They are being investigated for sexual assault.
It don't even seem like it's really that serious.
It don't seem like it is either.
The way I perceived it, or interpreted it rather, is that they were shouting at somebody.
Yeah, here's what I got. This chick named Alexis Jones. She's, driving around with her mom.
Matter of fact, I meant to see what she looked like.
And according to her, she said there were two men inside a Jeep, and they were, making passes at her. Saying some vulgar things, saying some things, that, that she didn't appreciate. And that's basically the whole case right there. I don't think this is serious.
Well, and then they made it seem like it was a big misunderstanding. The Lakers put out a statement. I don't know the statement, but
yeah, okay. they backed.
Basically,
up,
we've looked into
Nick
the situation and spoken to Alexis Jones as well as Nick Young and Jordan Clarkson. Lakers spokesman John Black said in a statement that based on the conversations, our conclusion is that there are two different interpretations of what happened. We support Nick and Jordan and believe what they told us about the incident and their actions. We are also supportive of Alexis and her feelings about what happened, about women's rights, and of the fine work Alexis is doing in her organization. I had several conversations with Alexis and her publicist and tried to arrange a meeting between her, Nick, and Jordan. Unfortunately, Alexis' schedule didn't allow for this to happen yesterday. We will continue to stay in touch with her about the possibility of addressing our team about important issues with which she's involved.
I think the worst thing that this situation brought about was that it brought the Lakers bad press. Other than that, I don't see this escalating to anything big.
Nick Young put out a tweet on last Monday, but he deleted it later on, saying, if you want some attention, take a pic of me and say anything next to it and post. The world we live in. That's in response to an Instagram post that Alexis Jones put up.
She had a Twitter post as well. She said, "Help me find who these guys are," and she's got pictures of Jordan Clarkson and Nick Young, I guess, yelling out the Jeep at her. According to her Twitter profile, looked like she white. Like she white chick.
I just saw her.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say it's not important.
It's not. This is not going to blow up.
Somebody said the other day that she what's interesting about this is that she's been petitioning the NBA for a little while,
right,
to try to implement a program to address the whole sexual abuse thing that goes on in sports or whatever. Right. So,
but let's keep it 100 though. Let's keep this a buck here.
Yeah.
This stuff goes on every day. I mean, you and I, we in the hood every day. We, we out in the real world every day. And we, you in DC, I'm up in New York at times. I'm, up in Baltimore at times. And look, every time you see a fine female walking down the street, you're going to see some cats trying to holler at her. I mean, well, what's the difference? The difference is that these two guys just happen to play for the Lakers.
Well, I wonder, it's all playing into Alexis Jones's hands with her trying to implement, because if she implements this program into the NBA,
what her movement is,
she getting paid basically in order to implement that. She's not just going to go in there for free and implement a program and talk to locker rooms about sexual abuse and just do it for free. That's not how this works. So I'm not. She might be in it for the money. I don't know, and I'm not going to say that's what she is. That's what she's doing.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it just seems like
attention, money. Hey, it all comes.
I don't think it's attention, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it might be this the kind of situation where she was in the right place at the right time, or she planned to be in the right place at the right time, and was like, "Boom, here they are, cat calling me. I know who Nick Young and Jordan Clarkson is.
Yep.
Boom. Got him. Let's make something work.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it work.
Let's get this paper rolling.
Now, since you want to sexually harass me, now I want to come into y'all locker rooms and talk about sexual harassment. And I'm not going to sue you. You just going to pay me for my services that you ain't really asked for.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
And
it wouldn't be
if
a surprise.
if that's not the case, then forgive me for being stereotypical or assuming or whatever.
Conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist. But it's just too much. It feels like a lot of this is too much in line with her agenda for it to, you know what I'm saying? If it's smoke, there's fire. More so is where I'm at with it.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, again, I think this is not going to blow up as big as I think it is.
Nah.
Charlotte, North Carolina is going to host the 2017 NBA All-Star Game next year. Or so we thought, or there's still speculation about that. Well, the reason it's speculation is apparently the state of North Carolina passed this law. It's a labor law, something to the effect of, I guess, transgenders not using certain public facilities or something like that. Mm-hmm. My confusion on it, and anybody in the chat room, feel free to respond. But what does that have to do with an event?
Well, I mean, there could be.
And why does the NBA care? Or why is the NBA thinking about pulling it?
Imagine this. You're at, All-Star game in Charlotte, and a male dressed in female clothing goes into the male's bathroom. And at first glance, because sometimes let's keep it 100. Some of these males do a real good job at looking like females, and some of these females do a real good job at looking like men.
Like Bruce and...
well, I don't think Bruce did a good job, but in any event...
Bruce transforming to Caitlyn.
Yeah, well, but Caitlyn still got a dick, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So, here we go. Imagine, I don't know, I'm from India somewhere. I don't know who Caitlyn Jenner is. I'm in the bathroom taking a piss, and then Caitlyn Jenner walks into the bathroom. That's awkward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That could cause a problem.
Yep.
Even worse, somebody who's uninformed about how America does things, I don't know if that's India or wherever. Somebody, they just made it to the All-Star game, they have it at the All-Star game. What they believe to be a female comes into the bathroom, goes to the urinal, whips out a dick, and pisses in the urinal.
Okay, so the NBA, it sounds to me like they're in fear that somebody's going to complain.
It's preventative maintenance is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, because it might not happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, it might not happen. But what if it does? And see, and here's the other thing. So let's do the inverse of it. Let's say man dressed like a female but has a dick, goes into the girls' restroom and starts peeing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not so much of an issue because there's stalls or whatever.
Right.
But if he a dude and he ain't gay like he like
Right.
females.
Right.
He
gonna stand up and
he
take
might
a
be
piss.
Well, no, not even that. He could be on some creep shit. Let's say,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
You know, he could be off the looking over stars trying to see pussy.
Yeah.
Even though he a female, you know, like
Yeah.
sexual harassment shit.
Yeah.
I know people who, if they saw a female with a dick peeing in a man's urinal, might be offended by that and try to whoop that motherfucker's ass.
There you go.
Now we talking about
start some fights. Now we
getting into some real shit now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a touchy situation, to say the least.
Yeah. I think. Oh my God. To me, I don't think the NBA is going to be as affected by this. I think it sounds like a situation that, to me, it sounds like a money situation. Whether it's they feel like the NBA doesn't do something about potential problems taking place, then, you know, their brand is affected, or if they just let it ride, just, you know,
well, I think what could be problematic if something like not even dealing with that theoretical, but the lead up into the possibility of that theoretical. I feel like at some point an NBA official is going to have to address the situation.
Yep.
And then when they have to address the situation, that's going to bring to light how they feel, how, you know, it's going to, that official is going to come out with a statement that represents how the NBA feels about the LGBTQ community.
Right.
So that could be problematic depending on how they answer the question. It's because what you don't want to happen is, you know, the worst case scenario, somebody get into a fight or some type of hate crime happens because of the theoretical scenario.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want to be prejudiced to people who feel like they have every right to use this bathroom as a male, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if a transgender, and I know how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. No shade to however anybody else feels about it, but this is how Maestro feels about it. And I feel like if God put you here with a pussy, then that's what you should have.
Yep.
Now, I'm not knocking you if you feel like you want a dick. If that's what you feel like you want to do, live your life.
Right.
That ain't got shit to do with me.
Right.
You ain't about to put it in me, and if you go to the bathroom, I'm not looking at you no way. So I might look and say, oh, this motherfucker got a dress on.
Right.
And I'm going to mind my damn business. So it's not me hating or being discriminatory towards nobody. That's just my belief as a Christian and whatever.
But in relation to the NBA, for a league that cares a lot about public opinion and basically makes decisions based off of public opinion.
But this presents a problem. Now, go ahead and finish your thought before I...
Yeah, so I think what's going to end up happening here is the NBA is going to take a shot, I think, unless somebody in the state of North Carolina protests the hell out of the All-Star game taking place in Charlotte. The NBA is just going to run its normal business. We're going to have an All-Star game here. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a lot of people. We're going to generate millions of dollars. And if something happens and, you know, the NBA has a black eye, then the NBA, to me, is just going to deal with it like they've dealt with other issues in the past.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the NBA, again, I think the NBA is going to be asked about this before it happens. And they're going to be asked to make a stance. And it's just a matter of how the people respond to their stance.
Sure.
Because they could very well just say, hey, we're going to leave things like they are. And we not about to have no unisex bathroom, or we not about to play that game.
Now, here's a good question. So the Charlotte Hornets can continue to have home games, but they can't have the All-Star game there?
I don't think...
Like what's the lining there?
I don't think they came to that bridge yet, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they've come to that bridge where they're going to be... Because that's a lot. You know, if they decide, to try to blur the lines of male and female and who's allowed to go in what bathroom, and you know what I'm saying. If they decide to, try to, blur those lines, or a better way of saying it is redefine those lines.
Sure, and could that mean that Charlotte loses the Hornets again?
Nah, I don't think it goes that far.
I mean,
this is what I feel like is going to happen in the very end. Mm-hmm. In the very end, they're not going to create unisex bathrooms. That's just not going to happen. Because now you're opening up
the lawmakers better get it right at some point.
Regardless of what the lawmakers do, in the business of having an event, a basketball game or a concert, they're not about to make unisex bathrooms.
Sure.
A, that's going to cost too much money.
Sure.
B, that opens the door for. Somebody
got the money to do it. I don't think the money's the issue.
No.
I think more your issue is what you're gonna say.
I think money is an issue, but that opens the door for rapists to meet little kids.
Sure.
That opens the door for pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? That opens a door that ain't nobody really trying to fuck with.
Yeah.
So that's at the end of the day, that's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna read some more on this story because to me, it sounds like a situation where this city could lose this team again. I mean, if they really that strict about it,
I don't think they about that life.
I
don't think they about that life. I think they're gonna let it rock the way it is. Mm-hmm. You might get a little bit of protesting, but at the end of the day, I feel like whether you're a man that identifies as a woman or vice versa, at the end of the day, we just gonna have to deal with the fact that a transgender, whether they have a penis or a vagina, they may be in male's clothes and going into a woman's bathroom, and they might be in women's clothes and going into a male bathroom. But at the end of the day, if they do what they got to do and wash their hands,
right,
we ain't tripping.
Word.
Why they won't? Let me ask you something. Why don't people fuck with winners?
Why they don't?
Why they don't fuck with the winners, man?
Maybe they want to win their own way. I don't know, man.
This UConn women shit. I saw.
I tried to tell you, Maestro. This program, it seemed like every year they just pull girls off the street, and voila, we got a championship.
Y'all niggas mad.
I ain't mad. I mean,
not you, but this cat. I wish I wrote this out of
somebody.
This cat came out with an article or something. And essentially, like Gino R.E.M. I'm gonna call him Gino right now, because I don't know if I'm saying his last name right.
I think you're saying it right.
Okay, but Gino had to basically come out and defend him winning. Like,
why?
he had it because people was coming out with articles like this nigga, basically like this nigga's winning too much. Women's basketball is boring or women's college basketball is boring because we all know who's going to win.
I got some news. I got some news for anybody that loves women's college sports here. This to me says more about the field than it does UConn.
Yeah.
The field need to step their game up.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Whether it's the Lady Terps, whether it's Notre Dame, whether it's Syracuse, whether these other schools.
They got that ass waxed, bro.
Yeah,
they got
for
that
real.
ass waxed by Washington, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so.
Those schools, step your game up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless you want this dominance to continue, step it up.
Oh shit! Somebody better do something to Nancy Harden on, man, and go ahead and hard at somebody's kneecaps or something, man. Or Gino gonna have to retire, but Gino ain't about to go nowhere no time soon. Nigga winning.
Or step your recruiting game up.
Yeah.
Even if you gotta spend the night in the hood.
Yeah.
Step your recruiting game up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
UConn doing it, man.
Yeah, they doing it for real.
And on top of that, everybody want to fucking go because they know they winning.
Yeah, for real. Shots out to them, man.
Yeah, shout out to UConn. Y'all niggas stop hating, man. If y'all want basketball, you know where I stand at. I don't really feel like women's basketball at all is exciting to watch. Period.
No, it's not exciting.
Not to me. I'm sorry. But
unless you got some big names up in there. Like I remember when what's the girl name? Skylar Diggins. I remember when Skylar Diggins was in there and she was coming out. That was exciting for a little bit.
It wasn't for me. I mean, I hate to sound like this because I know it sounds sexist, and hell, it may be sexist. Skylar Diggins is fine to me.
No, she's
That's
fine.
the only excitement.
She's fine.
She would bust my ass in a game of basketball.
Yeah, for real.
But in real life, I'm just not trying to watch her play.
And for real, it was around the time Brittany Griner came out. She came out, and it was probably one of the more anticipated drafts year.
And I think what was exciting about that is that Brittany Griner she looked like she could be a dude that plays in the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't know if her game dictated that in the WNBA. I don't know how successful
she kicked my butt in basketball too.
Yeah, nigga, please. She would she be backing me down like a like a real nigga, and she be fucking me up all day.
She might pull the Olajuwon on me or something, man.
She wouldn't even she'd probably yam on me, and I'd have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd foul the fuck out of her, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'd foul with every ounce of my strength I had. I'd foul the fuck out of her. And if she dunked on me at that point, I'd just cower in fear on the ground.
Just get an elbow in
there.
She might elbow you back.
She might be dumb stronger than me. She's probably dumb stronger than me. I'm not gonna pretend nah.
She in the weight room.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm not in the weight room.
I know your bracket got busted last week.
My bracket's been busted since Michigan State didn't win.
Yeah.
So.
I was hanging on for dear life. I had Indiana winning it all, and in the Sweet 16 round, they lost to North Carolina 101-86. I thought the kid was going to come through. I mean, he didn't have a bad game, but just North Carolina was just a much better basketball team, man.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
They look like they're going to win it all. Some other things that I kind of take out of this weekend in terms of the tournament. Virginia choked that game away.
Yeah.
15-point lead with about 9 minutes left. Then not UConn. Syracuse went on a 25-4 run to end the game, pretty much. Yeah, that's a choke job by Virginia. I'll give a little bit of credit to Syracuse and Boeheim and those guys, but I'm sorry, I can't let Virginia off the hook.
Who did Syracuse beat before that?
They beat Gonzaga.
Remember
that was a 10-11 matchup.
Right.
Before that,
the upset,
Middle Tennessee.
That wasn't an upset. Okay. All right. So they beat first round. Syracuse beat
the name
whoever
is
they
escaping
beat
me
there,
right now.
but then they beat Middle Tennessee. They beat
Gonzaga, and then they got Virginia, the top seed Virginia.
Yeah,
at that.
Okay, so never mind. People, they sleeping on Syracuse. We sleeping on Syracuse.
We're sleeping on Syracuse because
got reason
some people feel like they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Right, but they damn sure proving their worth right now.
Yeah, for real.
They in the fucking Final Four, but
10 seed in the Final Four.
Yeah, first time that's ever happened, right?
I don't think it's the first time.
I think it's the first time it's happened.
That a 10 seed?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I gotta research that.
But in any event, I think this is where it stops. But
oh yeah, they playing North Carolina, right?
I think they're playing North Carolina.
Yeah, they done.
But this is where. But haven't we said this Haven't we said this before?
Well, I think we knew they were going to beat Middle Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I think that we knew that they had a shot against Gonzaga, but I thought the buck stopped when they were going up against Virginia, and it looked like that with 9 minutes left.
Right.
It looked like that. So, you give credit to what credit's due. I mean, they got in the tournament and they did work. I mean, it's like we said last episode. This team has the pedigree.
Yeah.
They have the pedigree of a big dog when it comes to the tournament. They haven't played like it throughout the regular season, but they definitely got the pedigree to get it done. I don't think they're going to beat North Carolina. I'll tell you that much. I don't care how much momentum they got. North Carolina is a machine right now.
Yeah.
What do you think about the other matchup?
Well, I did want to. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I did want to shout out Coach K and his little antics he had going on
yes.
The Oregon game, where basically Duke was getting handed to him, man. At the end of the game, Dylan Brooks of Oregon, with like under 10 seconds or something in the game, popped this long three after they was already winning. He got to celebrating or whatever after he hit the three.
Yep.
It was kind of like the nail in the coffin for him at the end of the game. Coach K went up to Brooks and, was like, you a great player, but, you better than that.
Yep.
And Dylan Brooks honestly took it as, a rebuke, like, you was right, that's Coach K. He tell you something.
Yeah.
You just got to listen. I don't care what team you on.
Mm-hmm.
But Coach K, they asked Coach K about it, and he was like, "Nah, I didn't do that."
Yeah, like he immediately was like I didn't say that.
Down.
Like the reporter couldn't even get out his words, and he was like, I didn't say that.
Yeah. Apparently, there's this code where coaches aren't supposed to talk to other team players. I
didn't know about that code.
Yeah, because I know. I do it. I mean, I just coached. I wasn't even really an official coach, but
Right.
I've coached. Helped coach games in like football, like what do you call it, Pop Warner.
Pop Warner, yeah.
And I go talk to other kids all the time. I mean, I go talk to the coach as well, but
Yeah, I didn't have a problem
I'm sure
with
that's
that.
probably not the same dynamic. But
Yeah, sure. It's not the same dynamic. I didn't have a problem with what Coach K said to the guy.
I don't have a problem with why you can't. I mean, if you got something to say and it's worthwhile. Shit, why not?
And say it, yeah. I mean, even if the other coach for Oregon got pissed off about it, hey, your player, he shot a ball with 10 seconds left, and he celebrated. He didn't like it.
Even if it was, it's not even about whether it was right or wrong. For me, it was just about, all right, if I got something to say to somebody,
Right.
I'm going to say it.
And from the kid standpoint, this is Coach K we're talking about here. This is a legend in college basketball.
If it was, fucking Sammy Houshu.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm saying
if we're in the same arena, and I don't mean like two basketball teams. I'm not talking about a fan coming out and be like, "Yo, you shouldn't have did that." That's not what I'm talking about. I think that's kind of out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, who are you? But anyway, but he could say, it, hey, because it don't seem like. I mean, based on how Dylan Brooks talked about it in his press conference, it wasn't disrespectful, it wasn't mean.
It was genuine, it was honest.
And it was, with the right thing in mind.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't really...
Yeah, Coach K is taking some slack because he
lied.
lied about it. And he was asked this after Dylan Brooks had already said in his press conference that, yeah, Coach K talked to me and said I'm better than that. Next time, be a good sport and da-da-da-da. From the kid standpoint, though, it's Coach K talking to you, and you're like, wow, this is a legend talking to me, giving me advice, when I'm not even playing for him. I could take that and apply it to, everyday life. I could take this and apply it to, in the future, collegiately, athletically. So, again, I don't have a problem with the whole situation. It's just the fact that Coach K, he got caught in a lie, and then he tried to retract it, I think, days later and said, yeah, this is what happened, and, the coach from Oregon told me don't come to my kids, and da-da-da-da. Yeah. I didn't know about the code,
Yeah, no,
I didn't know about it.
Not only did I not know about it, but I don't think, and I gotta respect if that's what the code is. Cool.
Yeah.
On the outside looking in, I don't really see a big.
I don't see a big problem either.
I don't see what the big deal is.
So, what do you think, man? Final Four, Villanova going up against Oklahoma. Villanova, they're proving everybody wrong, man.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I think I had them in the Final Four.
Because I had them long gone.
No, I had them in the Final Four.
You did?
I did have them in the Final Four.
Okay.
I had them beating Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I had Kansas beating them, man, and another disappointing exit for Kansas.
Yeah, man. And I remember, just last week I was talking about. I really felt like they was playing the best basketball.
Yep.
In the tournament, and here they are. And then here we are with the kid in Oklahoma, Hield.
Buddy Hield.
Yeah, he's showing out.
Yep.
I don't really know what to say.
I got Oklahoma only because of Buddy Hield. Villanova's had a nice season. They've proven everybody wrong at this point.
Yeah.
But I think the buck stops here. I think Villanova takes that L come Saturday night, man.
I got Villanova, man. I don't.
Do you have them winning the whole thing at this point?
No.
Okay.
I got UNC winning.
Yeah, North Carolina's just too big of a juggernaut.
I think it's the pedigree. You're right. I think it's the pedigree.
Yeah, I got North Carolina winning the whole thing. They'll beat Syracuse, and then to me, Oklahoma gets by Villanova, and then they go on and they lose to North Carolina.
Yeah, so there's that. You want to go ahead and talk about your ex Raven?
Yeah. Terrence Cody was sentenced to 9 months in prison for cruelty to animals. I don't know what to make of this. I mean, when you think of a story like this, you think about what happened with Mike Vick and the dog fighting stuff years ago. To me, 9 months, okay. Go do your time, come back out, and if you're lucky enough to play in the NFL again, so be it. He wasn't much of a factor last season.
Right.
I'd say if the Ravens, do away with him, if they haven't already. I haven't heard anything yet.
Nah, it says ex-Raven in the story I read.
Ex-Raven?
Yeah.
So, okay, so that means they took their losses and just was like, you know what, let's get the trash out of here and let's move on. I got nothing else for that. My whole thing has been, it seemed like every offseason since the Super Bowl, there's always been something horrible in the news when it comes to the Ravens in the offseason. So it just adds on to it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It ain't really nothing to that. I mean, dude, you gotta you can't treat animals wrong in today's world. And if you ain't learned shit from Michael Vick,
exactly. The one thing I think about when I think about this case is Michael Vick, who, by the way, has redeemed himself quite well.
Yeah, that's not even what the issue is. But
yeah,
you're damn
certainly.
You damn sure can't be getting caught up in shit. That's just what you're not going to do.
All right, Redskins fans, this one's for you. RG3, he's finally got a team. Cleveland Browns signed him to a 2-year contract. Actually, it's kind of a 1-year deal just to kind of prove himself, and then there was the option of year 2. So he'll get paid, I think, about $6.5 million year 1, and then if they feel like, okay, he's getting back to what he could potentially be, then they'll pay him another $7 million the second year. Here's my thing, and I've been on the record on this through chat rooms throughout some of the shows at SME. I like RG3, and I like Coach Hugh Jackson, and I like those two as a cohesion.
Yeah.
I think Hugh Jackson will get the best out of RG3. I think RG3 has enough time off, because let's face it, I know he was practicing with the Redskins, but he wasn't doing much.
Damn sure wasn't dressing.
Yeah, so he's had enough time to keep himself in shape, get his body right, get his mind right, and, audition for another team. So, congrats to RG3 on that front. Here's my thing. Mm-hmm. You in the AFC North. RG3 ain't ready for no AFC North football.
I mean, shit, the AFC North is the reason all in that 1 year. I mean, hell, that game we played in Pittsburgh that year, we shut RG3 down.
And the game that the Ravens played at FedEx Field, he broke his leg on a Lodi Nada.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
They get physical, man.
Yeah.
But in his defense, though, he might not. I mean, he's not going to be that dude anyway. He's not going to be that running all over the field dude.
Sure.
Like, he's not going to be. That's not what he's going to be doing in Cleveland.
Sure.
Now, he will probably be running for his life, but it won't be in the scheme. It won't be like that.
Alex Mack is gone.
Yeah. They look like it seems like they're trying to ship off Joe Thomas. That's what it seems like.
Yep.
They going to be struggling. So, how do you feel about Browns got the number 2 pick? Nothing has changed in people's mock draft. It seems like they're still looking to draft Carson Wentz, quarterback.
Okay.
At first round, number 2 pick. RG3, in his press conference, says that he isn't worried about the Browns drafting the quarterback. It seems like he's already assuming that he's going to start.
Right.
He said something to the effect of, I wouldn't mind taking a quarterback under my wing.
Right.
Nigga, what?
Under your wing?
Nigga, what?
Has he even had a wing to even put a quarterback under?
This the shit, this what worries me. I don't know how this is going to shape out for RG3. This looks good We've seen what Hugh Jackson did with Carson Palmer in Oakland, and what he's did with Andy Dalton in Cincinnati. Those little slick little comments.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackson you got to clean that up, bro.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, Hugh Jackson needs to let him know, dude, you're in a competition to start.
I agree.
You could lose your job to a rookie.
I agree.
And I know that's not the popular thing to say. Everybody would love to think that RG3 is going to start. But really, when you look at his resume, what reason do we have to say you're guaranteed to start over this first-round draft pick?
I think
number 2 draft pick.
I think the Browns subliminally said that you're going to compete for the starting quarterback position by paying him $6.5 million year one with an option. I think they made a message right there.
But I'm gonna tell you something good. With RG3's comments after he signed the contract, he damn sure didn't get the message.
Good point.
Yeah, he damn sure didn't get the message. So it's like point. Somebody need to sit this man down right now.
Hugh Jackson's the guy. Here's what I worry about from a Cleveland Brown fan. This is what I worry about.
Which I am not.
Yeah, I'm not. If they mess up, that's
Good.
all smiles for me.
Good. I would love another 4-12 season.
If you're a Cleveland Brown fan, you look at this front office, and you got a guy that came from baseball doing analytics, trying to implement that in football. Mm-hmm. You got the owner that's still there, and you got some other guys that are, fresh to the front office.
Right.
I would have to worry about if things go right for this Cleveland team, that the front office is going to screw it up. Because let's face it, when they were 6-3, 7-4 a couple years ago, when Brian Hoyer was the quarterback, and they just kind of tailed off at the end there because they kept pulling Brian Hoyer like Brian Hoyer normally gets pulled. It seems like everywhere he goes. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the Browns always mess up a good thing.
And also I forgot to mention, Josh McCown is still there.
Yeah. Definitely. So he's got to compete. Yeah. RG3's got to compete.
Yeah, point blank and period. Because Josh McCown, I'm sorry, he a better quarterback than RG3 right now.
Yes, he is. Yes, he definitely is right now.
Now, potential, sure. If we talking about 2012 RG3, sure. Mm-hmm. But we obviously not talking about 2012 RG3 right now.
Exactly. So, and shout out to the chat room over at SME, because I've seen some comments about people's upset over RG3 signing with a team later than Brock Osweiler did. Here's the thing. Brock Osweiler has some recent tape.
I'm sorry. Right now, Brock Osweiler is a better quarterback than RG3.
There you go.
RG3 hasn't played all year. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And he wasn't injured.
Yeah, exactly. RG3, we haven't seen him play on the field in, it seemed like a year and a half, 2 years.
See, y'all motherfuckers not about to sit here and give me the gas story that RG3, if he ain't played in damn near 2 years old.
Yeah, but here's one thing I will agree with, though. It took a little bit longer than what I expected that RG3 was going to find a team.
Yeah, well,
it took a little bit longer. I thought RG3 was going to go from team to team. Maybe 3 teams would take a look at him.
Well, I mean, the Broncos. They said the Broncos took a look at him. The Jets were impressed with him. Is what I read. The Jets liked him.
Right.
Like they was really considering as well. So I mean, I don't think it wasn't that he didn't have the interest. I just think that Broncos had what was going on with them. Jets still haven't figured out the Fitzpatrick thing.
Yep.
They had the Browns.
Yeah, the Kaepernick thing.
Yeah, the Browns just had it was him.
Yeah.
They made it clear that they wasn't really interested in Cap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they was interested in RG3. So that's just what was there. So it's like, bum. But it's not that bad. I mean, Alfred Morris just committed maybe 2 days before.
Yep.
Committed to the Cowboys. I know last week we talked about he may possibly get signed. They did officially sign him.
Yes. Good fit.
Yeah. And it seems like they got him for cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
2 years, after 2 years, like $6 million.
Yeah.
Kind of like the same thing they had going for RG3 in Cleveland. It's interesting because Alfred Morris was a pretty productive running back.
Yeah, and
before last year.
And his problem wasn't health. His problem was the coach wasn't running them enough.
Yeah, but I was talking to I got a coworker who's a diehard Redskin fan,
Right.
And and then also a coworker that is a diehard Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm.
So when shit hit the fan, they come in doing the cowboy dance. We got Alfred Morris, whatever. Now homeboy was like, yeah, y'all can have him. He's slow anyway. And I sit and watch.
I hope
watch
Alfred
the
Morris hears those
conversations.
comments.
Yeah, because I don't really care. But we kind of forget, like, he really was a top back.
Yeah, he was.
Since he's been in the league.
I hope for Alfred Morris and for the Cowboys' sake that the 2 times they play the Redskins that he runs over 200 yards a game on.
Redskins fans don't want to hear that shit. But But I'm gonna tell you what, just based on history of what the Cowboys been doing, his carry's going way up.
Oh yeah, they're gonna run him to the ground.
They're gonna run him to the ground for 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if,
and that's a good thing for the Cowboys. For
the Cowboys,
from a win-loss record standpoint,
I don't know if that's a good thing for Alfred Morris, though.
It's not for Alfred Morris, but for the Cowboys.
I would really hope that Darren McFadden, if they keep Darren McFadden, plays. I would like Alfred Morris to be the starter, and to get most of the carries, but Darren McFadden got to kind of step in, and I'm not talking about in a Joseph Randle, Lance Dunbar role where they get a catch here,
right,
and
right.
If
now,
Alfred
McFadden
Morris
is
get
getting
15
up in years
touches,
also.
Yeah.
Darren McFadden's getting up there in
age. If he
get
15 touches, if Alfred Morris get 15 touches, Darren McFadden need to have 10 to 15.
Sure.
Like, that's just where it is.
It needs to be like a 60-40 ratio
right.
of running the ball between these two guys.
Right.
So, is Greg Hardy still with the Cowboys?
I don't know if he's still with the Cowboys.
I think he is.
But again, they're not talking about resigning him.
Okay.
They're not interested.
So why is he on the team?
I don't know why they haven't cut him yet. That's the
Jerry
Cowboys.
Jones.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones.
Josh Norman wants $16 million.
Now he got hit with the franchise tag, right?
No, he hasn't been hit. They haven't figured a contract out yet.
I thought he got the tag. You got to check that, bro. I think Josh Norman got the tag.
Well, I read an article that said Josh Norman wants $16 million a year. And I guess that don't necessarily mean that he wasn't You're right, he was franchised.
Yeah, so the tag for cornerbacks is what, $12 million?
12, 13.
About 12, 13, something
12,
like that.
13.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I don't know.
Getting $16 million?
From the Panthers, it's possible.
From anybody, really.
It's let's stick into the Panthers because Cam Newton, obviously, I think is the highest paid guy on there right now.
You would assume so.
After that, who else is getting big money on that team?
Nobody I can think of. Yeah, really. Because everybody's. Maybe just on the top of my head. Because I know, like, Coney Ealy, he's not getting a whole bunch of money.
Right, like Keekly
everybody else is pretty young.
Yeah,
everybody else is pretty young.
I could see the Panthers paying them $16 million a year.
Damn,
I could see that. And it's gonna hurt their cap.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Because you're looking at like Sherman getting 14.5. I think Patrick Peterson is a little money, damn,
something like that. Yeah. I could see the Panthers coughing up that money. Anybody else, it'll be hard pressed to get that money from. Kansas City Chiefs. Got 2 stories from them. Justin Houston might be out for the season after going through the ACL surgery.
Yeah.
That's a big blow for the Chiefs defense. So, shout out to him. Hope he gets well and, comes back stronger than ever. And I don't know the guy's first name, but Abdullah, he's the safety, I think, for the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. He called a retirement this past week. So it sounds like I talked about a few weeks ago, we talked about players that are in their mid to late 20s only wanting to play for 7-8 years because of this whole CTE stuff, the concussion thing.
Yeah.
Players are like, look, let me get my money right. Let me get these accountants, make sure my money's right on this end.
Right.
I'm going to play a few years, and then I'm going to just stop, and I'm going to get up out of here.
Football is fun. But when the stakes is high, and money, like, when money on the line, then there's really money on the line. Like, so You got to go harder. You got to push your body. Some of these motherfuckers don't want to be as in shape as they have to be in order to play football. Some of these motherfuckers don't want to. I mean, how many, like maybe 300 people, 300 players in the league, maybe?
300? Well, there's 53 to a team.
Oh, yeah. So it's way more than that. Yeah,
triple, quadruple that.
Right. Yeah, shit. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but there's a lot of motherfuckers in football teams. I'm hard pressed to believe that, and not counting scout teams and all that. It's hard pressed for me to believe that motherfuckers just want to be. All of these motherfuckers just want to be, bench pressing 400 pounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these, at least not, whereas motherfuckers' careers, they was talking about playing, 5 and 10, some even 15 years. Shit, why not do it for 5? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Get that bread and make that money work for you.
Yep.
Because in 5 years anyway, it's gonna be another young motherfucker that's 8 million times faster than you. It seems like every generation these motherfuckers can lift 25 pounds heavier than the generation before.
That's what it
them.
seems like.
They a little bit faster, a little bit more educated to how things supposed to work. So it's like, damn, and I still got to, and then these, older cats still got to compete with these younger cats.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, my nigga, you doing I don't know. Some love the game for the game, and that's why they're paid for it. But some people just get paid because they're that talented enough to do it. So it's like, but the love ain't there. And I think what we finding out is that a lot of these motherfuckers don't love football for football.
Sure.
They like playing football, but it ain't about the game more than it's about liking the game, being talented enough to do it, and getting paid.
Yeah.
But it's not worth my health.
It kind of reminds you of the average Joe, like the both of us are. We go to work and we might not necessarily love our jobs, or we don't love who we're doing the job for.
We do enough.
We do enough.
It's like somebody always told me, bosses pay workers just enough for them to keep coming to work.
Yep.
And workers do enough work just to get paid.
Just to get paid. Just to collect that paycheck. But the love, it's hard. It's hard to find the thing that you love to do and get paid for it. It's hard in this world right now that we live in. I mean, there's a lot of people that are.
Do, man.
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
End of the day, you gotta love what you do.
You
man.
have to. You
gotta love what you do in order to do it for a long. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers, we talking about concussions and the latter effects of it, but I mean, I don't think it's clear to people. People really don't recognize that you could take a helmet to helmet hit and fuck around and die.
Sure.
The right motherfucker hit you, or you
the right hit or the right angle, depending on
you can fuck around and die.
Sure.
So it's I think people are starting to
yeah, these players are starting to wake up and kind of smell the coffee a bit of what's going on,
and that might affect the game, obviously.
Yep.
But hey,
that reminds me. Since we're talking about CTE, your thoughts on Jerry Jones's comments about CTE and how it's it's absurd, this is stupid, this is crazy. For me, this is what I get from Jerry Jones. He's a businessman, so anything that's gonna contradict him making money, he's gonna wave it off.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just the wrong thing to say, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, definitely the wrong thing to say.
You gonna tell me that a game where it's celebrated to crush a motherfucker, head-to-head collisions,
yep,
that don't got nothing to do
to
with
affect families
that
and
don't
all
got
that stuff.
Nothing to do with. You don't think CTE got nothing to do with that, my nigga?
I would have loved for his comments to be along the lines of, well, I think we can try to do enough research to maybe come to a conclusion, or maybe kind of bridge the gap between players not getting CTE, something along those lines. I would have loved for him to say that, but instead he just kind of goes the politically wrong way of brush it off. It's nothing. It's no big
Yeah,
deal.
that's just,
don't mess with my money. By
it's
the way,
just insensitive. It is extremely insensitive.
Jerry Jones got
Rest
stupid
in
money.
peace to Junior Seau. Like it's extremely insensitive.
Yeah, that's a disrespect.
Yeah,
to
it's like
Junior
insensitive.
Seau.
It's insensitive to say that, but like you said, man, nigga about $1, man. He about $1.
He about his money.
And he ain't gotta come out and
he could feel that way.
play the game. Yeah,
just don't say it.
Don't say it like that.
Just don't come out your mouth with stuff like that.
So that's why we flowing with the NFL.
Yeah, what's good?
The rule has been passed.
Oh my
for
god!
For the two personal fouls, you get ejected. Also,
yeah, that one I'm okay with.
Also, touchbacks touchbacks are now going to the 25. Let's do the two personal fouls ejection one first. How you feel about that?
I don't have a problem with it. I think it keeps the defenders on their toes a little bit. I think it for me, I think it kind of reminds me along the lines of the rule change from last year where they changed from the extra point being from the 2 back all the way to the 33. It creates a lot of suspense. But with this rule change, I think it puts the defenders on edge. Like, okay, I know that if I do something stupid, then I'm gonna get ejected from the game, 2 times. Now, here's where, and I know where you're probably gonna go at along the lines here, but this is what I think where it can get ugly. We saw the Vontaze Burfict hit on AB in the playoffs, and we saw how some people thought, that was either here or there. I thought it was an illegal hit in my eyes. As a Raven fan, I thought that was an illegal hit.
Right.
But you've seen other hits in the league throughout the year, and you're like, wait, they're throwing a flag on that? Like, that was a legit hit.
Right.
So I think there's going to be some controversy because of that. I think there's going to be a lot of swirling around. There's going to be a lot of players upset at, okay, what's a legal hit? What's an illegal hit? Because if you're gonna eject me from the game for establishing a legal hit, then I got a problem with that from a player's perspective.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with that.
See, here's the thing. Vontaze Burfict, I'm confident that this rule was kind of introduced based on Josh Norman and Odell Beckham.
Sure.
Vontaze Burfict against the Steelers in the playoffs, and Aqib Talib in
I forgot about
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I disagree with two personal fouls equals ejection because we're not clear on what personal fouls are really.
Yeah, and that's why I brought up the fact that if you're going to suspend me for a legal hit, then I got a problem. We need to really get down to the crunches and
then here's the other
find out what the rule is.
Here's the other thing. A personal foul could be somebody screaming fuck because they mad about something.
Yep.
That could be a personal foul. In the NBA, that's a personal foul.
Yep.
That could be a personal foul. So if you get frustrated enough to curse twice loudly in a way that the referees, the officials don't like,
sure,
you tell me they can get ejected?
Sure. Nah, I
that's crazy. That's
totally
motherfucking crazy. That's not gonna rock. That's not gonna rock. So because let's keep it a buck. There's a very good possibility that there are officials that don't like players for whatever reason.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And if that be the case, they can be tic-tac when they want to be tic-tac, and it's not really going to be questioned because...
Now, here's a good question to ask. If there's the potential second personal foul, is that a reviewable play?
And see, that's the other thing, because it can't be reviewable if it's a...
because in the NBA,
if it's player to player talking shit to each other, it's not nobody's going to review that.
Because in the NBA, they review whether there's a flagrant one or a flagrant two.
But you're talking about physical You're talking about physical infractions.
Right.
But you're not talking about if Josh Norman get to arguing with...
Or if he shows up a ref or something like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, though, like, what is there to review? Like, or now you're making the cameras be responsible for viewing after play, you know, for videotaping after play shit.
Right.
Like,
well,
that's kind of...
Yeah, they kind of got to get that. I'm sure that they can sort out the exact rules and the exact things.
And that's going to be if not more difficult than trying to define. The issues they're having defining catches.
Right.
This is going to be on a whole nother level.
It has the potential to be that.
It's going to be on a whole nother level.
Ain't
nobody going to stand for... See, if a motherfucker is hit... See, it's legal in some instances to hit a motherfucker without them knowing you about to hit them.
Yeah.
That might make a motherfucker curse.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That might make a motherfucker curse.
When we hit Brady as many times as we did in the AFC divisional round a couple of years ago, Brady gets up and he's just jawing at one of the players.
So if the referee if the official take that the wrong way, you tell him you're gonna give Tom Brady a personal foul, and if it happens a second time, you're gonna kick Tom Brady out the game,
right?
When he getting killed,
yeah,
that's crazy. That's craziness.
They got to sort it out. I'm sure, and nothing's ever sure with the NFL, especially with.
I don't think that's going. I'm gonna be honest.
The front
with you.
office.
I know it's on a trial basis this year. Mm-hmm. I don't think that one's going to make it. I just don't think that's going to make it.
Is let's try it out and if it works.
It's the same like they did with the field goal, because the field goal is now permanently in.
Okay.
So, I mean, the extra point, I'm sorry, that's now permanently in.
Right.
So it's the same thing that they're doing there.
I do not like this rule. Go ahead.
The touchback being moved to 25. No, I hate the rule for two reasons. I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I was, I was in that situation.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be along the same lines of what I'm thinking.
I would teach kickers to kick that motherfucker high up in the air, and it not be touchbacks.
Yeah, basically that you're gonna see a lot more of that.
You're gonna see strategy.
Rule. Yep.
So now that I kind of think about it,
it could go against what the NFL wants.
Well, I'm saying it could be more exciting. It could be more exciting. We might get more.
We'll get more. We'll get more kickbacks. We'll get more punt returns.
But here's the thing: if kickers don't master this technique or at least get it down to a science, obviously touchbacks are going.
Oh sure,
they going way up. Like,
sure,
I mean, and they already higher than a motherfucker now. They had like 60-70%.
Right.
But they going way up if that's the case. Cause
sure, and I think it's stupid for a reason on my end, is that the NFL is trying to eliminate the injuries. Punt return and the kick return because of injury factors.
Right. In
this case here, what you're telling me is that, so now we get to start at 25 off of touchbacks? How about I just have my kicker or my punter just punting inside the 5, punting inside the 10, make them start from the 1. Make them start from the 7.
But they do run the risk of, particularly on kickoffs more so.
Sure.
They do run the risk of, because what I could see teams also trying to do is angle it.
Yeah. If I'm a defensive player and I see this rule change, you're basically giving us 5 yards less than what we got to deal with from a defensive person's standpoint.
Sure. I just think that, It definitely does. It's going to make you appreciate the kicker more.
Yep.
It's definitely going to do that.
Yep.
Because
which some people get mad at because kickers only do one thing, but they're still football players.
Well, maybe it's giving them an opportunity to become more valuable,
more part of the game.
Because here's the thing: if they don't succeed in pinning them in the 1 or inside the 20, then you about to have a kickoff.
Yep, basically.
Kicker might have to do some tackling.
Yep.
If they don't, like I said, they kick it out of bounds. Mm-hmm. Now you to move the offense up to the 40.
Right.
See, now you the butt of the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like it just gives them a little bit more accountability.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
I can't necessarily. I'll say this. I'll say we'll see how this works. That's what I'll go with.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what it is with all these rule changes. And from a player and a coach perspective, now the coach has got to deal with, okay, now I got to game plan differently. The player has to deal with, okay, I got to step my A game up. If I'm a kicker, I got to work on my craft, punting inside the 5, kicking inside the 10.
Right.
I got to work on things like that. If I'm the defense, if my team gets a touchback, oh, we got to start at the 25?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to play more aggressive defense. Maybe we got to blitz a little bit more, especially in a crunch time situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you definitely may have to strategize a little bit different, maybe just depending on. I mean, it's 5 yards. I'm not about to sit here and try to trivialize, the 20 to 25. I mean, again, that's 75 yards as opposed to 80. It's definitely something that you need to strategize, but I'm not sure if it's, depending on the situation, I'm not sure if it's that vital as far as what the defenses have to do.
Right.
I think it's more, I think it's an opportunity to put more accountability on special teams. But again, I just don't think, I think touchbacks are going to go way up or way down.
I think the touchbacks are going to go way down. If the players can pick up their craft.
If the kickers can pick up their craft.
Definitely.
They did ban chop blocking, by the way.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that. So what does that do to the zone blocking scheme now?
Everybody got to go high.
Yeah, which is what the NFL doesn't want.
I don't think it's
based on some of the other rule changes they've implemented.
But I think it's going to be different in the trenches, though, because
that's true.
Yeah, you don't see a whole bunch of helmet.
That's true.
Helmet, or needs not as much helmet to helmet in the trenches as you would. I mean,
that's
it's
true.
a hands game.
They could go high in the trenches, but they got to go low in the field. Out in the open space.
Because obviously some people can't tackle.
Right.
Tackling is different than blocking.
Yep.
Long story short. So there's that. I don't know how many. I know Nick Fairley. Get these out of the way. Nick Fairley did go to the Saints on a 1-year contract.
Oh, okay. So he didn't get the Patriots deal then.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, he's with the Saints. Jared Cook went to the Packers on a 2-year deal. I believe.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah.
I like that pickup for them. So Alex Rodriguez made an announcement at spring training the past week. He's got 2 years left on his current deal with the Yankees, and he's had clearly stated that he's going to hang it up after the 2017 season.
Yeah.
Here's a couple things to kind of take from that. Is one, Alex Rodriguez had a pretty good year last year. He hit 33 home runs, 86 RBI. Played DH for most of the year. At this point, he's a DH because he can't play in the field at this point in his career.
Right.
And obviously, everybody knows how smug and how much of a liar that A-Rod can be at times. Well, I think he's kind of quieted that down last season with his play, particularly. Here's an interesting thing, and I don't know if other people have talked about it, but this is something interesting here. Alex Rodriguez right now has 687 home runs right now. 13 shy from the 700 club, which Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and only 3 guys in the 700 club of home runs.
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez is 4th, I think. So let's just give a hypothetical right now.
Yeah.
He hit 33 last year. Let's just say he hits 26 home runs this season, 2016.
Right.
That would put him over 700. He would join the 700 club.
Yeah.
He would be one back of Babe Ruth. I think Babe Ruth is at 714.
Mm-hmm.
A-Rod would be at 713. Then he goes into 2017, which will be the final year of his contract. Let's say those home run numbers go down about 4 home runs. So you talk about 22 home runs. That would put him 5. So he'll be about 20 away from Hank, and he'll be another 26 from Bonds.
Mm-hmm.
When that point comes, the end of 2017, Don't you think Alex Rodriguez might think, you know what? I'm only 30-something home runs away from being the top home run king. Maybe, just maybe, I might sign a 1-year deal, whether it be with the Yankees or whether it be with somebody else. Mm-hmm. I think that possibility is there.
Absolutely.
If he hits these numbers the next 2 years.
Now, here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and sure, there's not really no reason to believe that his play is going to significantly decline from last year.
Yep.
But there it runs that risk. So at the end of 2017, he'll presumably maybe 30 away.
Yep.
It might. There's a possibility. I'm just playing devil's advocate that he might have to play 2 years, another 2 years to 2019, I guess.
Yep.
To get that record.
It's possible.
I mean, just
if his
play
skills